So after my most recent video talking about how the souls in purgatory can pray for us, someone placed a comment where they said that Our Lady in the apparitions of Medjugorje said that they cannot pray for us. So you see, there is a debate about this particular topic. Can they pray for us or not? You know the position that I hold. So anyway, I went and researched it and said, okay, I have to be able to find this. So I typed in Medjugorje and apparitions of purgatory, something like that. And I found a very interesting story that happened towards the beginning of the apparition. So these apparitions began June 24th, 1981, actually 4 days after my birthday. So maybe there's some connection there. I've been to Medjugorje and it's very beautiful. As far as these apparitions, they have not been officially approved by the church, but they are allowing people to visit and make official pilgrimages. They have to wait until they conclude for them to give them a full approval. That's why they can't do that right now. They're very beautiful. There's nothing really wrong there. That's amazing things that they speak about, very deep. So if you would like to support this channel in any way, please do so through Buy Me a Coffee. And you need to hear this. You need to hear this experience that one of the visionaries had with purgatory. It's very interesting. So this is from the website Medjugorje.com. After the Medjugorje's visionaries' experience with purgatory, the responsibility of praying for the souls in purgatory was placed strongly in their hearts. Our Lady showed them how much the souls in purgatory suffer and how much they depend on our prayers. The following is their description of purgatory. Vika was deeply upset by what she experienced in purgatory. Seeing the sufferings of the souls in purgatory that were abandoned, who had no one to pray for them, caused her great anguish. Vika went to Our Lady and asked her if she could help the poor souls in some way. Our Lady spoke to Vika about the seriousness of what she was asking. Our Lady told Vika before she would accept her request, she was to go to her spiritual director and confessor, Father Janko Bubalo, and talk to him about it. Father Bubalo asked Vika to pray and fast for 3 days so that she might have the strength and perseverance to accept whatever suffering or sacrifice she might be given to help the poor suffering souls in purgatory. After praying and fasting for 3 days, Father Bubala gave Vika permission to sacrifice for the suffering souls. Almost immediately after Vika spoke to Our Lady about this, she was stricken down with a brain tumor, suffering greatly with severe pain, lapsing into deep comas that would last for hours. Vika accepted this sickness and suffering with great joy, knowing that she was helping the souls in purgatory that were suffering so greatly and in need of our prayers to get to heaven. Documentation, multiple medical exams, x-rays showed unequivocal evidence of an inoperable brain cyst. Nothing could be done. Vika did not even want to go to the doctors. At one point, doctors wanted her to go to the hospital in Zagreb for further testing and to see if something could be done. Vika did not want to go and only went when Yakov asked Our Lady if she could go. Our Lady said, "It is necessary to send Vika to Zagreb." This amounted to more testing and more irrefutable evidence of a medical condition that could not be cured, a brain cyst in a part of her brain that would kill her if they tried to remove it. The suffering she fasted for and asked for was so debilitating that Our Lady eventually told her a date she would be miraculously cured from the miraculous affliction for the souls in purgatory. Our Lady gave the exact date of her healing 6 months before it was to occur. After reading Vika's description of purgatory, you will understand why she sacrificed and went through immense, terrible suffering for souls in purgatory. The harshness of her suffering was so severe that Our Lady took away the pain from her for a period of 40 days. This period, however, was a more difficult suffering for Vika, as she had no apparitions for the entire period. It seems Our Lady knew the severity of how Vika's suffering needed a reprieve, but after the 40-day period, Vika missed the apparition so much, she prayed and yearned to accept the miraculous affliction's pain back with the apparitions. The following comes from the book Words from Heaven, which describes when Our Lady gave Vika this choice. For several years, the visionary Vika had been suffering from an inoperable brain cyst, which caused her terrible headaches. During the course of her illness, Our Lady continued to appear to her, and once on her way to the hospital in Zagreb, Our Lady offered her 2 choices, saying, "I will give you health with no apparitions, or I will give you your cross with apparitions." Because she had been suffering so tremendously, she chose health, but later regretted it. After 40 days of not having apparitions, Our Lady appeared to her and gave her the offer once again. She joyfully took her cross back. Vika says it is a joy to suffer for these souls in purgatory. Now here she begins to describe it. Purgatory is an endless space of ashy color. It was quite dark. I could feel people strangling and suffering there. The Blessed Mother told us we should be praying for souls stranded in purgatory. She said only our prayers and sacrifices can release them from that place. The people there are helpless. They are really suffering. We can be like Jesus a little bit if we just do some voluntary penance for the souls on purgatory, especially for the ones who are abandoned by their families on earth. I'm aware of their suffering. I know some of their torment. I know how desperately they need our prayers. They are so lonely that it is almost sickening to remember these moments I was there. It is really a great joy to do penance for the poor souls because I know how much it helps them. And many of our family members who have died desperately need our prayers. The Blessed Mother says we must pray courageously for them so that they may go to heaven. They are powerless to help themselves. The description continues. There are several levels in purgatory. The more you pray on earth, the higher your level in purgatory will be. The lowest level is the closest to hell, where the suffering is the most intense. The highest level is closest to heaven, and there the suffering is the least. What level you are on depends on the state of your purity of your soul. The lower the level the people are in purgatory, the less they are able to pray and the more they suffer. So see, they are able to pray. Obviously not for themselves. Who? For us. So the answer is here. They can pray for us. So, the higher the level a person is in purgatory, the easier it is for him to pray, the more he enjoys praying, and the less he suffers. The Blessed Mother has asked us to pray for the souls in purgatory. They are helpless to pray for themselves. Through prayer, we on earth can do much to help them. The Blessed Mother told me that when souls leave purgatory and go to heaven, most go on Christmas Day, which we've heard this from Maria Simma. It continues. Many people were there. They were suffering immensely. They were normal people, all kinds. There was much physical suffering. I could see people shivering, thrashing, and writhing in pain. I saw this place for a short time. The Blessed Mother was with me during the vision. She explained to me that she wanted me to see purgatory. She said so many people on earth today do not even know about purgatory. I could hear them, I only saw them. I could not hear them, I only saw them. The Blessed Mother said so many people who die are quite abandoned by their loved ones. They cannot help themselves in purgatory. They are totally dependent on the prayers and sacrifices of the generous people on earth who remember them. Our Blessed Mother hopes her own children will help the souls in purgatory by prayer and fasting and various penances for the poor souls to make restitution for them. Those who have died no longer have free will as they had on earth. They no longer have a body. It is no longer possible for them to make up for the things that they did when they had their body that hurt and harmed themselves and others. So there you go. Things I think to get from that are particularly striking are how abandoned the souls in purgatory are, how much we need to tell other people about it, how much they are forgotten. We all know this, but sometimes when we run in these Catholic circles, all of us know about purgatory, all of us pray for the souls in purgatory. We forget that others forget. So we need to be purgatory missionaries, sharing purgatory with others. And this, I believe, is a pathway to entering fully into the Catholic faith. If people accept this idea, this seed, the rest of the Catholic faith can unfold from it. And this is a beautiful place to start, evangelically speaking, to convert people to the Catholic faith. Think about that for a second. But also, how intense a suffering is there? And that all these sufferings that we have on earth that we often complain about and don't want and want to get rid of, maybe we should think twice. Maybe we should be grateful that we are suffering, because that suffering benefits someone, our souls, growth in holiness and patience, etc. But especially we can offer it as a sacrifice for the souls in purgatory. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next one.